John was a young man who lived in a small town. He was 24 years old. He had simple dreams. He wanted a good life, a good job, and peace in his heart. But at this time, his life was not very easy. He worked in a small shop, and he did not earn much money. Still, John tried to stay positive every day. John lived with his mother, Anna. She was old and sometimes sick. John loved his mother more than anything in the world. He woke up early every morning, made tea for her, and then went to work. His mother always smiled and said, "John, you are my strength." John smiled back and said, "I will always be here for you." One morning, John walked to work as usual. The air was cold and the streets were quiet. John liked this time of day because he could think clearly. But this morning, something different happened. When John reached the bus stop, he saw an old man sitting on the bench. The old man looked tired and sad. His clothes were dirty, and his hands were shaking. John felt something in his heart. He walked closer. "Sir, are you okay?" John asked softly. The old man looked up slowly. His eyes were red, and his face showed pain. "My name is Peter," he said in a weak voice. "I lost my wallet yesterday. I have no money. I cannot buy food, and I cannot go home." John felt sad. He only had a small amount of money that he needed for lunch, but he could not leave the old man like this. "Please wait here," John said. He walked to a nearby shop and bought a sandwich and a bottle of water with his lunch money. He came back and gave it to Peter. Peter looked at him with wide eyes. "You are very kind. Thank you," he said. "It's okay," John replied. "Eat this. You will feel better." Peter ate slowly, and John sat beside him. They talked for a few minutes. Peter told him he had no family in the town. He came for a job interview, but things went wrong. Now he had nowhere to go. John wanted to help more, but he was getting late for work. Still, he could not leave the old man without support. "Sir, I will come back in the evening after my work," John said. "Wait for me here, okay?" Peter nodded with hope in his eyes. "Thank you, young man. I will wait." John ran to the shop where he worked. His boss, Mr. Parker, was already angry. "You are late again, John," he shouted. "I am sorry, sir. I helped someone on the street," John said honestly. Mr. Parker did not want to hear more. "I don't care. If you are late one more time, you will lose your job." John felt sad and stressed. He needed this job for his mother. He worked all day without rest. He did not eat lunch because he gave his food money to the old man. But in his heart, he felt peaceful because he did something good. When the shop closed in the evening, John rushed back to the bus stop. The sun was setting, and the sky looked orange and red. He hoped Peter was still there. And yes, the old man was sitting on the same bench, waiting for him. John smiled. "Sir, let's go to my home. You can stay for one night." Peter looked surprised. "Are you sure? I do not want to be a problem for you." "It's okay," John said. My mother will be happy to meet you." John took Peter home. When his mother saw him, she smiled warmly. "Hello, welcome," she said kindly. Peter felt shy, but safe. Anna gave him warm tea and bread. Peter told his story. He was once a teacher, but life changed after his wife died. He lost his home and his job. He moved from town to town searching for work. Anna felt sad for him. She gave him a blanket and said he could sleep on the sofa. That night, John thought about life. He had no money. He had problems at work. But he still helped someone, and he felt proud. The next morning, John got ready for work. Before leaving, he told Peter, "Stay here and rest. We will try to help you more." Peter nodded with a grateful smile. John went to the shop early this time, but the day was not very good. The shop was quiet and very few customers came. In the afternoon, Mr. Parker called John to his office. "John, the shop is not making enough money," Mr. Parker said. "I have to reduce staff. I am sorry, but today is your last day." John felt like the world stopped. He lost his job. He thought about his mother, about money, about the bills they had to pay. But he controlled himself. He said, "Thank you, sir." And he left. When John reached home, he tried to stay calm. He did not want his mother to worry. Anna heard him come in and looked at his face. "John, what happened?" John took a deep breath. "I lost my job today." Anna held his hand. "It's okay. We will find a way. Do not worry." Peter felt guilty. "John, I am sorry. I think I caused problems for you." John shook his head. "No, sir. This is not your fault. Life is just difficult sometimes." That night, John could not sleep. He looked at the ceiling and thought about the future. But even in pain, he felt he did the right thing. He helped someone, and that made him feel human. A change in fortune. The next morning, someone knocked on the door. John opened it and saw a man in a suit standing outside. "Good morning," the man said. "Is Mr. John here?" "I am John," he said, confused. "My name is Mr. Wilson. I am from the City Education Board. We are looking for a kind and honest assistant for a new community center. Yesterday, an old man named Peter came to our office and told us about you." John was shocked. "He did?" "Yes," Mr. Wilson smiled. "He told us you helped him when no one else did. We need people like you. If you want, you can start work from today." John could not speak for a moment. His eyes filled with tears. Yes, sir, I want this job." Mr. Wilson shook his hand. "Welcome to the team." When the man left, John ran inside. His mother hugged him with joy. Peter stood in the corner with a soft smile. "You helped me when I had nothing. Now I helped you in the only way I could." John walked to him. "Thank you, sir. You changed my life." "No," Peter said. "You changed my life first." A new beginning. John started his new job the same day. The community center was a place where people came for help, learning, and support.
His job was to talk to people, guide them, listen to them, and help solve small problems. He loved it. He loved helping others. He felt like he finally found the right place for himself. Every evening he came home and told his mother stories about the people he met. Anna felt proud. Peter still lived with them for a few weeks until he found a small job at a local bookshop. The owner liked him because he was educated and polite.
One evening at dinner, Peter said, "John, you saved my life. I want to do something for you." "You already did," John smiled. "No," Peter said. "I want to give you something." He took out a small old box from his bag. Inside the box was a ring made of gold. It looked ancient and beautiful. "This was my wife's ring," Peter said with a soft voice. "I want you to keep it. You gave me food, a home, and respect. You brought me back to life." John felt emotional, but he shook his head. "Sir, I cannot take this." Peter held his hand. "Please, my wife always said, 'Give your kindness to the person who needs it the most.' Today, that person is you." John accepted the ring with respect. It was not about gold. It was about love and trust. Life goes on. Months passed. John grew in his job. People loved him. He spoke kindly, listened carefully, and helped everyone with honesty. His mother's health improved because she felt safe and happy. Peter visited them often, told stories, and made the home feel warm. One night, John sat outside and looked at the stars. He thought about the day he first met Peter. A small action changed everything. If he had walked past the old man that day, his life would be different. But he chose kindness, and life returned that kindness to him in a bigger way. He learned an important lesson. When you give goodness to the world gives goodness back to you. Maybe not the same day, but it always comes. John smiled at the sky and whispered, "Thank you." His journey was just beginning.